say who the man can see, so them can share. I like them like that, with them up here. Show up for me. I realize what I want. Now what I say, now you still crying. You know say he wants some. But people dying. I see them really need some. What evacuate from me now be cheating. The money's thousands, no compensating. Rumors and promises, political meeting. Alliances, guys, all who stealing. Get some house church, fancy food and champagne. Mommy gone in and go she may go up certainly. Some total she sees that take up his shape. Run on I burn it, more youths left on straight. Who tamper with the shelter and the booty. Many of the concrete hungry belly sleeping. Some you still crying. You know see the ones are.
It's Jah Reach coming to you live and alive from the city of Jah Reach. It's a show called Open-Minded, Not Blinded. It's where we get you to challenge your mindsets. It's the show that it's all about building, not bragging. It's about compliments, not complaints. It's about efforts, not excuses. We have a very interesting topic today for you, and we have a very special guest in studio with us. Let's get ready to dive into it. The topic today is called Angel's Dream. Today's episode is sponsored by Intellectual Movers. It's the moving company that gives you $0 down financing. Check them out by Googling Intellectual Movers or going to Instagram at Intellectual Movers. I want to start off today's episode by asking you to do me a huge favor. Please take the time to go to YouTube and click the notification bell on our channel and also subscribe. So hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. You can find us by searching Jah Reach or the Jah Reach Show. Today we have a very special guest, like I said. Her name is Angel. Angel, please introduce yourself to the city of Jah Reach.
How are you doing? And thank you so very much for this opportunity. I am Angel Lee and I have a dream.
That's perfect. We're always appreciative and grateful to have people like you, Angel, on the show because we think you're doing something that's very transcendent, and also I believe you're a role model. Now, the topic today is called Angel's Dream. It's a charity, and a charitable organization or charity is a non-profit organization whose primary objectives are philanthropy and social well-being. The legal definition of a charitable organization varies between countries and in some instances regions of the country. Angel, what is Angel's dream?
I would like to see homelessness eradicated, and I believe the way to do that is by to take your own self-initiative, as I have, and to get out in these streets and to talk to somebody, get to know somebody, why they're there. And that's what I've done in the past, is I've gone out of my way to not ignore the people that sit on our sidewalks and our streets, but to make friends with them. And I'm meeting and seeing more and more of them as the days go on. And I find myself right now in the same situation. But I have a dream, and I've had this for a long time, of basically owning a warehouse and making affordable housing in it. In the basement, I would like to see like a community center, a library, a gym, places where people can take classes and learn skills. I myself am a construction worker, so teaching somebody how to have a skill can help them get a job. As well, on the main floor of this warehouse, I would like to see employment opportunities offered to the people living on the other floors, and coming from products in our basement. So we have stores on a level, and people all work together as a community instead of putting them out in the streets and saying they're a problem to our community. I want to bring them in and make them feel like they're part of our community, where they can contribute to our community, where they're not just thrown away. Because we've all been alone, we've all been through problems, but it's it's the helping hand up that makes the difference on how you come out of a problem. And there's not enough helping hands right now. And I'd really like to see more of those.
Wow. I want to commend you on taking the initiative to be a contributing factor to the eradication of homelessness. Of course, it's a huge issue. And I think that a lot of people are not really... it's not transparent to a lot of people, because sometimes when somebody is not in the same situation, it's hard for them to sort of understand. But I'm happy that you can understand and you relate to it. And there were some things you talked about here that I really love, and I think we can get more into it as we continue the episode. But what really caused you to start Angels Dream?
Well, I have been... I don't want to say working with the homeless, because that's not the proper phrase. I've been friends with them for many, many years. And it started when I'm in my 40s. And it started when I was a teenager and going through whatever problems I was going through at the time. I found myself in the same position. And from that moment on, I have never taken for granted the blessings that I have been given, the situation that mine, it might be better than somebody else's. And so with that in mind, it's cold outside, so I'll take my own gloves, or if I have $5 in my pocket, I'll go buy a pair of dollar store gloves and take them to the people that are cold. It's just been the way I've lived. There's a higher power that I believe in, and he would want me to do as he would, and that's to not ignore the problems or say there's somebody else's problems. So for about 30 years now, I've done exactly that. I've tried to give what I can, because my situation is better than everybody else's. And what caused me to do Angels Dream is, it was a big thing for me, because I'm somebody that never asks for help. And every day I'm seeing on Facebook somebody's birthday, and then donate to this organization, donate to this organization. And I used to be somebody that used to donate to organizations. However, in today's society, there's so many questions as to where money is being allocated, how it's being allocated. And so for all these GoFundMe accounts that are popping up, I won't donate to a charity anymore, because I don't see the transparency in where my money is going. I don't see the help that it is getting. They can put out whatever reports they want, but until I see visual change, to me, it's irrelevant. So starting Angels Dream was basically, me putting, I guess, actions speak louder than words. So even though I've had a lot of actions and this dream in my head, I had to put the two together, and it was my birthday's coming up this weekend, and GoFundMe kept popping up about setting up a GoFundMe account. So I decided to start my dream. And it's always been a dream to bring in people from the cold. And, if I owned a house right now, I'd be having people on my couch that are in the cold, as opposed to ignoring them. And so that's basically the start of my dream, is just to get a house, bring people in, and then build on that from there.
I have no doubt you are on your way to accomplishing just that. I believe that every great journey begins with one step, or the first step, and you have already started the process. So congratulations on that. What is the main purpose for Angels Dream? The bottom line. What is the main purpose of Angels Dream?
Oh, the main purpose, as I stated, would be to get every homeless person off the street. But if you want to take it further, it would be to give somebody else the strength to do Angels Dream, to be an angel to somebody else. If other people could even pick up on this in other cities, I'm in one city. If my idea could be, given to somebody else, and they can do that themselves, wow, the accomplishments that we could make as a community. We are the solution to somebody else's problem. And hopefully somebody can help me somebody can help somebody else have their own dream and, be an angel and get these people off our streets. There's children involved. Our brothers and sisters are out there. Our grandfathers, our grandmothers. It's our mothers and fathers. Everybody is out there right now, and it's a sad situation. And so it would be my dream to see a community come together and bring in our friends from the cold and make them family, no matter what city we're in, because we do have the power to do that. All we have to do is take action and be a person that does that.
Wow, that's deep. And so basically, the main purpose of Angel's Dream is to see it being duplicated in other cities and essentially maybe even other countries.
Yes, most definitely. I'm so blessed to be given the bravery that I was to be able to ask for my dream to happen. But if somebody else could pick up on it and help other people, oh my goodness, that would be mind-blowing to me. I'm sorry, I'm about to cry. That would just be awesome to me. The more mouths we feed, the more, the more homes we're able to open up, the more contributing members of society we're going to have. We're not going to have such a burden because our governments are letting us down, and they're letting us down bad. So this is where society and communities have to pick each other up. It takes a village to raise a child. So, saying that, we need to support each other. We need to raise each other up. So, and I have a saying. Sometimes, when you're hard-headed or whatever, and you want to fix a problem, you might not have that tool in your toolbox to fix the problem. So what do? You use whatever tool's in there. So if the problem needs a nail, but you only have a screwdriver, you're going to flip that screwdriver around and try to hammer that nail in. It may not get the job done. And I didn't have the tools in my toolbox to fix the problem until I realized my tool was my voice. And God blessed me with my voice for Angel's Dream. And if it would be picked up in other countries by other people, wow. And the tools I get to share. And more people get helped. And, oh my goodness, I'm crying. That would just mean everything. I think if we were to stand together and pick the right tools out of our toolboxes to fix the problem, instead of arguing, we take action. Instead of talking about it at a dinner table and complaining, we make an extra plate of dinner and we take it out to somebody that's hungry. We teach our children not to walk by the people in the streets. We teach our children to stop and say, hey, what's your name? Are you hungry? Want to come for dinner? So I have a son, and that's what I used to do with him. I would show him, this person that's not eating deserves a meal. And I would take my son at an early age and sit down at I'd buy out a person that's less fortunate. I'd sit him down at the table with my son because we're all people. We all hurt somehow. And I can't believe how rewarded I've been with friendship because of doing this and living this way. I've had many gifts come back to me because of helping people. And one of them, I hate spiders, but it's my most favorite gift I got. I was given a spider it is in a crystal type thing, and the gentleman that I've helped put it around my neck last week. And I can't believe how much this means to me. It's worth more than any jewelry that I've ever had, because it was a thank you that came from his heart, and it was all he had to give. And it means I've touched him. And if I could touch other people in the world and they could find the strength in themselves, the voice in themselves to be that person, the hand up somebody needs, amazing. I applaud the people that take action.
Yes, definitely. And I think you're already setting the tone and the theme for that. So definitely, I can tell it means something to you also, because you're a very emotional about it, which is a good thing. You know, the personal is political and the political is personal. So the fact that it's personal to you, I have no doubt that your dream would reach the masses and multitude. Now, Angel's Dream, how did you come up with the name?
Well, my name's Angel, and it's my dream. And so the two kind of fit together.
It does.
And what do angels do? They perform miracles. And Angel's a nickname of mine that was given to me. And it was given to me by people that I help. And I didn't like it for the longest time because Angel is a very strong and powerful and high up name. I have a lot to live up to with it. And, well, I'm living up to it.
That's good news. We are definitely, I think the world is fortunate to have somebody like you, and I think, of course, your community, your city, your country, if you had to be a representation of them, I think you would be a very good representation. And even as an advocate for the homeless community and the homeless population, I think you're doing a very good job as a spokesperson and advocate on their behalf. Now, if you had to summarize the aim, the vision, the definition for Angel's Dream in one word, what would it be?
One word, eh?
Just one word.
I would have to say, I can't even sum it up in one word. Motivation.
You want to motivate and encourage others to duplicate what you have started and initiated. That's a good word, I think. Now, have you always been interested in charitable work?
Yes, most definitely. However, it's always been for other charities that I've taken care of or raised money for. I've done volunteering on my own. I still do it with senior citizens, people that are unable to get out in the bad weather. I'll go grocery shopping for them or whatever. My charitable work, though, has usually been done on my own. It's the food that I put in your fridge. It's the clothing that I've given off my back. It's been me going out and sitting in the wee hours of the morning on our streets talking to addicts. You know, that's another big problem we have. And sitting out there and listening to them about why they have these problems and trying to figure out how I can personally help them myself. You know, I point people in the direction of organizations or other people that I think, you know, can help them one step further. And I have people that have faith in me and appreciate what I do. And, you know, it's time that I've kind of just stepped up and put together my own vision, and I've got support from my friends. I've got support from a lot of people. As far as, you know, saying, "Dude, you're doing a good job, Angel." You know, I've got that.
I co-sign it. I think you're doing a great job. It sounds like, from everything you just described, it sounds like you're sort of a one-person agency, self-help agency. You talked about even giving referrals, pointing the homeless into direction or to agencies that can help them in social work. That's what it really is. That's what we do. We talk to clients and we empower them. We give them self-determination, and we also send them, by giving them referrals, we give them other agencies that can definitely help them in whatever specific aspect. And I think you're doing all of that already. So that's a great job to you. Standing ovation for that. Now, is this your first major project on your own?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I do have other people that have offered, like, I call them family. They've been friends of mine for 30 years or more, and so I call them family. They've earned that right from me, and I've earned that right. But they are also supportive of me in such a way that they're willing to work with me to see this come through. I've got a family. I'd say a team of about 5 right now that that would like to see this dream come true, and they're fully willing to work with me for this, and it's just, it's in the beginning stages. It's the first time I've ever opened up and said, you know what, I believe in myself enough that I can do this, and risk the criticism, because that's always been my problem, is failing. So, a lot of people have that problem, but I'm kind of stubborn, and I really don't like failing. So I guess I had to believe in myself enough to start this, because I didn't want the criticism, or, I wasn't ready for it. Well, I'm ready for it.
But it's okay, because this show is all about challenging your mindsets and getting people to challenge their mindsets. We preach here that there is no limitations for you. You are your biggest cheerleader. We also speak to you and change starting with you, because this show is for you and about you. So I think it's really important that you said people fear, and the fear in turn causes them to not want to risk failing or being seen as a failure within themselves and also to others. Now, I love the fact that you said you have support and you give credit to those people, and that's a great thing. Now, I think there's a lot more people within the sound of your voice that will want to be a part of this. You probably will encourage them to start something on their own also, or join you, even if it's temporarily, even if they want to volunteer. How can people support if they want to, financially, emotionally, and so on?
Financially, I have a GoFundMe account set up. It's under Angel's Dream on Facebook. You can also reach me on Facebook under Angel Lee. I'm trying to think right now. Maybe I should put my old cover photo back up about an angel that has a meme or whatever picture that says, "If you got my back in the darkest hours, I have yours." Because really, truly, that's how I am, and people will attest to this. So financially, you can do that. GoFundMe page. I will also accept e-transfers, but you have to reach me through my Facebook account, or you can reach me at Angel17 Lee, Lee 17, and it's both numbers, Angel17 Lee 17 at gmail.com, and you can get in touch with me through that. Emotionally, I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm ready for this. Emotionally, I think we could support each other more. I think we could, if you wanted to support me emotionally, I think you could go and take the time to meet somebody. Go out of your way to say hi to somebody. Emotionally, you could support me by supporting the people that are out in the cold right now. What else did you say? Emotionally, financially, what else?
I said so on. I think you covered most of it, so that's important. Thank you for that. Say something to everyone within the sound of your voice to help them understand why they should support Angel's Dream. There's so many charities out there. There's so many charitable organizations, and there are some individuals doing charitable work on their own voluntarily, and some are just assisting other agencies. Say something to everyone within the sound of your voice right now on the Jaff Reach Show, Open-Minded Not Blinded. Why should they support Angel's Dream?
They should support Angel's Dream because I'm a woman of my word, and I will show, because I am a woman of action, I will make sure that anybody that needs or asks to see where if it's a financial donation they make, where did it go? I'll prove that to you. I'm not going to hide things. I'm not going to lie. I have people that are on the streets that know about my dream, and they are willing to be, I guess, supportive of me as well. And they will be, the proof is in the pudding. And I promise I will make the pudding good. And the pudding would be even better if every city could stir up their own pot of pudding.
So you're a baker?
Not really. I can't cook worth crap.
So Angel, thank you so much for that. This has brought us to your tips and strategies. What would be your tips for people in regard to doing what you're doing, supporting charity work, volunteering for charitable organizations? What would be a tip for those people to get involved with charity work?
Tip would be just reach in your soul and see what your soul's answers are. What problems do you see right now in society? And where can you make a difference? What difference can you make daily to change somebody's problem? And it starts with you being a nice person, smiling at somebody, holding a door open for somebody. So start being a nice person and caring, because once you care, that's the most powerful thing. You can do anything once you care about it. You start caring about yourself. You start caring about others, and when you start caring about others, then you're able to put in action. Like I do. I go and I'll buy gloves. Like I said, when it's cold outside, I will walk out and hand them out. And if I still have extras, I will go to where people that need them go, the bus terminal, and I'll leave them with tags on the benches. So you have to start caring. You have to start doing the small things. You can't think just because, okay, I wrote a check or I donated money, oh, that's my charity work. No. You have to keep caring after you write that bank note. You have to be a person that carries out your actions past that check. You have to care. You have to start caring about yourself. And that's where change, I guess, comes from. Because if you can start caring about yourself more, we can care about each other. And that's, I think, the solution to a lot of problems is the charitable work starts with yourself, and that's being a good person.
Right on. I can agree with mostly everything you said because it makes sense to me, and definitely we need to all get on board. Now, what would be a strategy in regards to charity work?
A strategy in regards to charity work.
And not your specific strategy for people who want to get involved, the listeners in the wonderful city of Jabbridge. What would be a strategy to those people for them to get involved and actually fulfill their goal or aim in regards to charity work?
I'd say to start being, like I said, a good person. A strategy would be to take action. I started just by challenging on Facebook. I put up on Facebook, I've got a fair number of friends, and I put up on Facebook who would do me a solid, who would do me a favor. And when people wrote back, me, I said, okay, good, go hand out 5 things to people that needed warm clothing. And, challenge yourself. Don't be stuck in a bubble that says it's somebody else's problem. Take action to make a difference, because once you take action, for yourself, you're going to feel good about it. And then you'll be able to either figure out, through your own personal experience, where your action is going to take you. Is it going to take you somewhere where you're going to, donate your time to a senior's home, to a homeless shelter, So a strategy would be to find where you fit in. And, speaking of homelessness, for me, that's what I found. I used to, dream of rescuing animals. Well, here, I am working with homeless people. So find out, because there's so many out there. You got to find out where, I guess, you would fit in making the most contribution to your society, your community.
Right, that makes sense. And that would definitely produce some results in some way or the other later or in the future. Your tips and strategies has brought me to my tips and strategies. My tip, very simple. Tomorrow is longer than today. Do not mind where you are today, because that can change tomorrow. And if you were in the situation of somebody else tomorrow, if you were in that homeless situation, won't you like somebody to advocate for you? Now imagine how you would want somebody to treat you if you were in the unfortunate situation. That's how you should treat people today. Tomorrow is longer than today. Remember that. For more information about homelessness and charitable organizations, please click the link in the description of this video. My strategies are very simple. As Angel said, challenge yourself. We can always do better. This show is all about getting you to challenge your mindsets. I believe in you. I know you can. You possess everything. There's no limitations for you. For more information about today's topic, please call 289-804-7353. That's 289-804-7353. Or email us directly at javreach@gmail.com. Thank you so much to Angel for being a very special guest today. This part of the show is called For You and About You. So Angel, please tell the wonderful listeners in the city of Javreach what you would like them to know about you and how they can contact you if they choose to.
Okay, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Sunday is my birthday.
Sunday is your?
Yeah, something about myself. How about everybody does me a solid for my birthday, and it would be nice if you could hand out 5 articles of clothing to somebody in need. That would make my birthday, my day. Let's solve this problem one person at a time. To reach me, we did Angel17, Lee17 at gmail.com. We did Facebook. I'm going to go change my cover photo to the Angel. And I'm living in Ontario in our home.
That's great news. Are you still there, Angel? Are you still with us? Well, it seems like thank you so much to Angel for calling in. Thank you so much for Angel for being a very special guest on the show today. The Javreach Show, open-minded, not blinded. We've got some wonderful feedback and comments. We are deeply moved by those, and they help encourage us to keep doing this for you and about you. If you have any comments, feedback, or something to add in regard to the topic today, please email us at javreach@gmail.com. That's JAHF reach, like I'm about to reach over there, at gmail.com. On the behalf of the Javreach Show, thank you so much for being a loyal listener and part of the city of Javreach. We appreciate you. Please remember to find us at Javreach. That's JAHF reach. That's on Google, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, Facebook, WhatsApp, and all that. Comment, share, like, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please remember, don't keep the message to yourself, but share it with someone else. Until the next one, it's Javreach, not Javcom. Salute! Kaba!
Rumors and promises, political meeting. Alliances, guys, all who stealing. Get them out, search. Party food and champagne. Mommy gone in and go, she may walk certainly. Some total she sees that make up his shape. Run on hibernate, more youths left on strain. Who tamper with the shelter and the food chain. Many of the concrete hungry belly sleeping. Some youths still crying. Can not see anyone. For people dying. I see them.